14,000 years ago, the axis of the Earth was actually pointed towards the star, which is Vega. Now it's pointing towards the North Star, but the North Star was not always the North Star. The effects of this are a little complex, but what it ends up doing is it ends up moving the position of the stars during the tropical year. So if we look at this little film that I created using Starry Night, you can see that the point here is showing the point of the vernal equinox, and this is as if we could look at the stars behind the sun, which of course we can't do directly. But you can see how the position of the spring equinox is precessing or going backwards through all of the zodiac in a cycle of 26,000 years. It takes about 2,000 years for it to go backwards into the previous constellation. And so this is now going far forward in the future. I had to catch it up a little bit, so it's a little jumpy and awkward because this is using a measurement of the tropical year, which of course changes over time, and Starry Night has calculated that into its program. But we're returning all the way back to where the equinox was thousands of years ago. In 26,000 years, it returns to the same place in the stars. So if we again look at this again, we start in Taurus, and where the equinox was back in ancient Egypt, it's precessing into Pisces, where it is now, and it's moving towards Aquarius, which is where you probably heard from Hare. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and of course Madame Blavatsky and lots of spiritist ideas or New Age ideas about what precession means astrologically. But what is happening physically is the Earth is wobbling on its axis, and so the timing of which when we see particular constellations at a given time of year changes. Now the question, of course, is did the Maya understand this? And this has been something that I have dedicated many years to trying to investigate with some success. Okay, if we look at what was going on in ancient Egypt, for example, this is now in Giza, outside of Cairo. The Egyptians used the sidereal year, or at least one version of it, by their measurement for the year. They did not have a measurement of the tropical year, actually. They used a measurement of the rising of the brightest star, Sirius, in the sky, which is what we're looking at in just a moment. Here is Orion. Here, Orion, the three belt stars point downwards, and we'll expect to see Sirius rising somewhere. There it is. So the Egyptians, for thousands of years, were timing the flooding of the Nile to the rising of Sirius. And for them, Sirius is known as the goddess Sopdet, and her name actually